of 16 matchups. After this particular match, all of the tournament matches in the bracket stages, except for the bronze medal match, are going to be best of threes.
Yeah, they are. And, whoa, my mic is loud. Sorry, one sec. No, in the throne room, we have a double key start. Excellent for our runners. Hopefully find something helpful in the treasury, as they don't quite have good stats.
Yeah, we got triple keys, so they have not one, not two, but 3 keys at their disposal. You just don't see that very often, that joker start. And we do have another magic key. Hey, a gold grind is in play. Middle chest, there's some wings. And finally, a cursed belt. So we now know that at least one of the 3 searchable tiles in the overworld is in play.
That we do. And Chromaticalism did not go for the... he didn't go back up to the throne room to unlock those additional 3 chests to set up the initial gold grind. And he's going straight back here, buying some more keys, and then going downstairs. Interesting to see... It'll be interesting to see if they walk out and see if there's a close town and do a little bit more of a gold grind or immediate reset, as it looks like we're in Swamp South.
Yeah, Swamp South, so if we are to get the outside spell, that will definitely help us out, but having a wolf impede our progress, so yeah, this is going to be interesting. And Chromaticalism, oh boy, we have a swamp start, and look at all of these tiles.
They may have enough HP to get out to that desert area, but ooh, that's about as far as they're going.
Yeah, this is going to be a very slow start for both runners, but Seawolf going after a Drakey here. This could get him 3 points if he's able to take it down.
Yeah, interesting to see how Chromaticalism initially ran into a wolf, and Seawolf has found a Drakey instead, and a Scorpion. So great, like, early to mid-tier enemies in here as well, for once they get a little bit of strength and take out the Scorpion and, you know, something to help take out the wolf, this isn't necessarily a bad place for him.
We have another cave. I can't tell which one it is, however.
I think it's Mountain?
Could be the Mountain Cave, but we find coal right off the bat for Seawolf. And if we have a silver shield here, this will be a great idea to go for the gold grind. Well, we do have a flame sword, so that's something.
Yeah, flame sword is something for that gold grind if they can make it through the swamp cave.
Unless we have Erdrick's sword. Hey, it's a Zonk. Nothing.
Nothing. So the cursed belt means that there's something on either Hawksness or the overworld search tile, or maybe both, and we just haven't seen the second cursed belt yet.
It looks like Seawolf's going to go after the chainmail to boost his defense. Big Slimy asking in chat if there was a treasury gold grind, and the answer is yes, there is gold in the Tantagel treasury, so it is possible to do a gold grind to get both the half plate and the flame sword in coal.
So looking, maybe I think I was wrong about that being the mountain cave. That looks like they explored the tablet cave. And DK, do I still have static on my side?
I can hear the static on your side, so I do. My apologies there, Elmore St. James. You'll have to make an adjustment if you can.
Got it.
Seawolf has all but 2 HP here, as he's now stumbled himself into that tablet cave. Some runners, they have the layout of this down, but without any torches or the radiant spell, it's easy to get stuck, and that's because there are no enemies here in this tablet cave. So if you don't know your way out, you're going to get stuck. But Seawolf's going to try to get whatever is here in that tablet cave, as Chromaticalism looks like he may go for that gold grind here. He's going to pick up a key.
No, just immediately goes for a little bit of an additional gold.
Inside was an herb in the tablet cave for Seawolf. Yeah, Chromaticalism did get it. I did not see it on his side.
Chromaticalism got an herb out of Tablet Cave, and that was his only herb, because Seawolf 1 got herbs at Cole on the other side of the continent.
Right.
but he got an additional one from the tablet cave as well. Wow, more keys and more gold for Chromaticalism.
Yeah, he's not gotten the count right for setting up the gold grind here in the treasury.
And it looks like he's going to dive Tablet Cave for a second herb.
Well, if you know the layout, you might as well go after that free herb. Seawolf, meanwhile, is going to collect some more gold. Wonder if he's going to try to get out of the Swamp Cave and do some exploration or grinding, perhaps.
Seeing that you only have 3 experience points right now, I don't understand why you wouldn't just reset and immediately go for the gold grind to get that flame sword to really speed up the early grinding, especially knowing that you have scorpions in this cave.
It definitely is an interesting decision, but we also have Magic Wyverns and one shot and down to just 3 HP and can't escape. Back to start he goes.
Yeah, question in chat, Chroma hasn't seen Cole yet. Cole is on the other side of the Swamp Cave, and Chromaticalism has not gone through it. The first time he tried, he got taken out by a wolf, and he hasn't gone back since.
And he's going to go back into Tablet Cave once again for that herb. I mean, I get why Chromaticalism's doing this. He has not seen Cole. I mean, you really can't fault him for making this play, but all he has to do is just set out a few steps, and he could have found Cole, just bought herbs there.
Yeah, a lot of time spent getting herbs for Chromaticalism. Ugh.
I mean, Seawolf has not been able to take advantage of what Chromaticalism's been doing, having some troubles trying to get out of this Swamp Cave. There's a Spectre, and there's the exit for Seawolf, and we've got a lot of planes and a town. Oh, one step, and he is greeted by the park ranger who's going to send him back to start. Can you believe that?
I can. It's Dragon Warrior Randomizer. No, that is the town of Cole. I believe you saw that already.
So Chromaticalism's not gotten past the swamp, so he's got to get past... see, I didn't see it on Seawolf's side when he first got to there. But yep, he's just short of Cole.
And Seawolf just taking... I'm not sure if I see the play there.
Well, I don't either. Meanwhile, we got a Drakey on Chromaticalism's side. Could get his first 3 points.
Yeah, in chat, I think he's just trying to stay in Zone 0 and get a red slime or something that's going to get him to the next level immediately. There's not too many good enemies on the overworld, or at least down outside of the swamp that he's seen. He does know that there's a Draki in Swamp Cave, and there's that flame sword. Like, in Swamp Cave, you have... What do you have? You've got Scorpion, you've got Draki, you've got Spectre, you've got Wolf, you've got Magic Wyvern. So 3 of those you could take out, I think, pretty easily once you have that flame sword.
Right, absolutely. And of course, if we had Hurtmore, that would help too. But we have no magic points to start off this seed. As Seawolf finds a magician, this would give him the level, except it's hard to land a shot, 9 to 12 HP.
Yeah, and right now, he's got even odds of doing 0 or 1 damage to the magician, so he may win the damage race with these herbs.
Yeah, he very well could, and it would get him to level 2 as Chromaticalism uses an herb here, ventures to the desert, but finds a Druin. Yeah, 17 to 22 HP. We're not ready to take on those just yet.
Or if Seawolf 1 goes to Cole and picks up, I mean, in addition to the flame sword, you can pick up some torches. That would speed up some of these enemies.
Poltergeist, nothing doing.
In the throne room, we had keys. 3 keys. Gold was available in the treasury, as well as an additional key and some other items that, honestly, I don't remember.
Meanwhile, Chromaticalism got ambushed there by a rogue Scorpion, does not survive the fight. Seawolf down to just 3 HP. Oh, there is the Kaishi Ichigechi to get the 8 points and level 2.
Level 2 could be huge. 4 power. That's actually... 4 power is substantial because it allows them to, you know, take out that magician with relative ease now. I don't know if he's going to be able to go after the Scorpion. Spell Return isn't very helpful.
No, but what did you expect in a seed like this, Elmore? Did you expect Hurtmore right off the top? I certainly didn't.
Oh, no.
There's a red slime, and that's going to be the level for Chromaticalism if he can take it down, which he does.
Oh, and a Cursed Belt, too. You can sell that for a little bit of gold once you get back to coal.
Yep, 180 gold pieces to be exact.
But you can already see the difference that additional strength is making. So he's doing, I believe, 1 to 2 damage against the Magicians now. Just greatly speeding up that fight. And I believe he's damage breaking with that chainmail, too.
Correct, and if he's able to take down this Magician, he will get a level 3 on this one. And there it is, level 3 for Seawolf. Let's see what the level garners for him. 2 power, 0 speed, 3 HP, 4 MP, and we have learned Heal. That's pretty good.
With the start that our runners have, that Heal is a great pickup. Getting out of that swamp, they can immediately top off their health, explore a little bit, maybe find a region that has more amenable enemies for killing. Possibly find another town.
Yeah, Chromaticalism is back in the Tablet Cave, but Seawolf right now going to do some exploration. He sees a Scorpion. Going to give it a shot here, and 10 to 13 HP would give him a big 16 HP.
Excellent move for the kill.
Wow! And that's
4.
the level. That's the level. Seawolf gets 5 power, 3 speed, 5 HP, 2 MP, and we have learned Repel.
More importantly, we found a Drakima.
Yeah, Drakima's, you know, they're worth quite a bit. 20 experience points. They don't have anything nasty, but just not quite strong enough to take it down. And forget it, DL2 breath.
Yeah, you don't have anything nasty and immediately throws out the DL2 breath. A little bit of a commentator's curse right there, maybe.
Game knows. Alright, Chromaticalism sees a Scorpion, and Seawolf is back into that treasury.
Getting the key and the gold, and man, Swamp Cave right now with Drakies and Scorpions in it might be, and Wolves even, with the spell of Heal, you don't have enough strength to take out the Wolves, but anything else in there you can.
Yeah, Wolves, the problem is that the Wolves do have 25 to 33 HP. We're not... Another Kaishin Shigeki for Seawolf 1! My word!
Yeah, with 18 attack power, he doesn't need it to take out the Magician, but it's helpful and it's nice. And oh, we see a wolf. He's able to get away.
Yep, there's a red slime. Next level, by the way, is at 82 points. Seawolf sees a Druin, and he's going to give it a shot here. 70 to 22.
He's damage breaking it, so he's going to win the race. It's just going to take a little
while.
Well,
you say that, and then you just threw the commentator's curse, because they've got sleep.
Oh, unfortunate. Very unfortunate to see. I'm going to continue attacking, though.
Yeah, well, they could have used sleep again, so it doesn't look like... It's definitely not 75%. It's either going to be 25 or 50, and the way that the Druid keeps attacking... Another Kaishin Shigeki for Seawolf, and that's another 14 points. Looks like 25% sleep, I'd have to say, on the Druid.
Oh, there's some... Once they get a little bit of strength, there's some great zones right up there in the mountains. Metal Scorpions, Poltergeists. I mean... Oh. So close.
Another one! Another one, Elmore!
It doesn't kill it. Their attack power is still low, but it does enough damage that the next two do.
This is absolutely crazy what's been going on with Seawolf, and indeed confirmed 25% sleep for the Druids tonight.
And here's a Scorpion, and unless they have something nasty we haven't seen yet, this will be level 5 for Seawolf 1.
That dodge certainly doesn't help Seawolf's cause there. He still has one more heal left in case he needs it. There it is. That's going to be the level for Seawolf. Level 5 upcoming. We've got 1 power, 2 speed, 7 HP, 11 MP, no new spells this time.
Gonna immediately run away from that Drakima. Doesn't want to take another deal 2 to the face. Yeah, people are saying getting feedback. I'm not sure why.
I do hear the feedback. I mean, I am very sorry to report that, Telmore, but yep, I do hear feedback. As Chromaticalism back into Tentagel to stock up on some more gold. Remember, anytime you take a death in the randomizer, you are going to lose half of the gold that's in your pocket. The Seawolf uses his final heal spell, a red slime down for Chromaticalism, 5 points away from the next level. Oh, there's a Rogue Scorpion. Could be trouble for Seawolf. And it is. 1 shot, 1 kill, he's out.
Yeah, definitely not enough strength or defense to take them out yet. Once they get the spell of Hurtmore, that'll be a great find for him.
And these Drakies being awfully dodgy here, but Chromaticalism does get it down to put him within 2 of the next level. This Magician certainly would do it, but he's too low on HP. There's level 3 now for Chromaticalism. He is going to get that heal spell. Alright, Chromaticalism in the swamp uses his heal spell. Seawolf back now into the town of Cole. I do believe he's got enough gold that if he wanted to, he could purchase that half play. Yeah, he's got 1,142 golds, but it looks like he is going to go shopping, I would imagine, for some herbs, maybe torches.
Definitely some herbs. Torches.
Oh, I see what Seawolf did. He just did a cursed belt grind in the treasury, so he's going to be able to sell 4 of them at 180 apiece. So yeah, he could go do some more shopping here.
Yeah, do some more shopping. I think a gold grind for a flame sword would be a little bit more effective use of their time, but, you know, this'll... was there a broadsword available?
I didn't see a broadsword, but he's going to purchase a dragon scale. As long as he puts on the dragon scale, if he were to drop it or sell it, he could keep the 2 defensive point boost that the runners will get. But Seawolf stocking up on herbs, and the Warlock says no to Chromaticalism. You're going back. And Seawolf purchasing torches as well.
Torches very handy. The strength is up there now, but for the metal scorpions and... trying to think what else would be a good target for the torch.
I didn't see it, but I didn't see Seawolf put on the dragon scale yet.
I did not see that either. The first time they open their inventory, they probably will.
Alright, and there it is. We've got the half plate, so that's another defense boost there for Seawolf. And he's going to go ahead and purchase that hand axe as we anticipated. So that's definitely going to give an attack power boost for Seawolf. And yeah, he is leaving Cole, and that dragon scale has not been equipped yet.
No, it has not. Immediately going to do some exploration here on the second continent. We have another town on the screen. Green Dragon, unfortunately, stops his...
Oh, and they've got sleep. And do they have the wombo? They do! The wombo combo, much to, I'm sure, a lot of the chat's delight.
Yes, our first Wombo combo. For those of you unfamiliar with the randomizer, whenever an enemy has the Spell of Sleep, as well as the Dragon Lord 2 Breath as their abilities, we call it the Wombo combo, and you do not want to see it.
Yep, and that is a very bad grinding enemy tonight. Normally it's a good grinding enemy once you have that Hurt More spell, because you have a decent chance of one-shotting it, but having the sleep and the DL2 breath makes them far less appealing now, and exploration is going to get rough for both of these runners. We did see that Metal Scorpions had baby breath on Chromaticalism's side.
Metal Scorpions with baby breath is kind of... It's rough because you have 13 strength, which means you will be able to take them out eventually, because they're not going to run away from you. But since they have a damage-dealing ability that since they don't have Erdrick's Armor, is still going to do a substantial amount of damage. You can't sit there long enough, and you don't have enough heal spells.
Yeah, Chromaticalism getting another excellent move. That's enough for level 4 now. We've got a Scorpion down for Seawolf, and very close to level 6. Needs another 27 points, and Trakrima does not use the DL2 breath this time. Oh, he is run blocked the second time, and he's out.
Unfortunate for... they're making such good progress. He really needs... He doesn't know that. We know that if he goes up into those mountains where Chromaticalism was earlier, there's some great enemies for him. But another place that has some great enemies for him is just the Swamp Cave.
And this desert, well, we got some Scorpions here in the desert. You know, that's not a terrible play either for Chromaticalism. You know, it's 16 experience points a pop, and he's going to get to the next level in no time. You know, Seawolf's, again, very close to level 6. Right now, he's sitting 11 away. This Druin would get him there.
And unless they throw out something we haven't seen thus far, it will get him there. And there it is. Level 6 coming up.
Let's take a look at the numbers here for Seawolf right now. We have got 2 power, 8 speed, 11 HP, no magic, no spells.
So this seed is being a little stingy in the early levels to our runners. Strength is fairly lacking. HP is, it's within one standard deviation, but everything else just seems really low. The heal spell is nice, but, oh, wow.
Wow, another crit for the Seawolf. That's a huge 40 points added to his total. And not to be outdone, Chromaticalism with a Kaishi Shigeki for him on that Magician.
That Chromaticalism very, very close to level 5 now.
Seawolf definitely does have the experience advantage and a little bit more exploration, but Chromaticalism's not all that far behind, considering all things at the 23-minute mark.
No, not really. And with that, Chromaticalism does have level 5. Do the Magidrakes have a skill that I missed earlier? Because it seems like that's something Chromaticalism wouldn't run from just now. Or maybe he's worried because he's got low health.
That could be. And Seawolf's trying to win a damage race here against this wolf, and he should be able to, unless they have something nasty on the backside. And there it is, another wolf down for Seawolf to put him at 301. He's one more of those wolves, and that's level 7. Eh, how convenient.
Really nice. This is a great little zone that he's found here. Is this a different zone than the one just a couple tiles to the left?
To me, this looks like the same enemy set as the Swamp Cave.
Yeah.
And here we go, level 7 for Seawolf. The numbers coming in. We've got 12 power, 2 speed, 8 HP, 2 MP. Still no new spells. We must have all 10 spells by level 16 or sooner, so there's bound to be a boon of spells sooner or later.
Absolutely, but that additional strength is going to greatly speed up this... Oh, wow. Metal Scorpions with Stop Spell. That's really nice to see. Even though I believe he's damage breaking him, they need all the help they can right now with the low MP they have to, you know, use that heal spell as they walk around.
Yeah, a little scary because, as again, remember, Metal Scorpions, in addition to that Stop Spell, also have Baby Breath. Looks like Seawolf has settled on grinding here in this mountainous area, these plains.
I'm just thinking back to the Swamp Cave with... I think the Magiwyverns may still be out of his league, but the other 3 enemies in there, of course, the only ones he's seen, I believe, are... I know he killed a Scorpion in there, and a Drakey. I'm not sure if he saw the Magiwyvern.
I don't know about the Magiwyverns either, but yeah, the Magiwyverns, we didn't really see much. Oh, that was a break there for Seawolf. The stop spell has blocked his ability to heal, but he has not used Baby Breath yet. Will this shot be enough? It is. Seawolf picks up another 31 points.
Now, this wolf grind might be a little bit better, as long as it's mostly wolves in this zone. We do have scorpions as well.
Scorpions for 16 points, wolves for 40 points. Again, not a terrible enemy set in this early stage of the game. Looks like both of these runners have settled on this spot to do their grinding.
Taking the gamble with the Drakima, with the hand axe, taking it out in 2 shots now.
Yeah, 12 to 16 HP. We're able to 2-shot it, so, you know, unless we get ambushed, we're going to have a pretty good chance of winning this fight. But Seawolf this time is going to run away, and is able to do so.
So as you mentioned, both of our runners have settled into this grind. I wonder what that next town is, where the Green Dragon stopped him right before he got there.
That's a good question, but I will tell you, you know, now that these runners have kind of established that they're going to do some grinding for some time, let's talk about the object of this game. We need to go on a scavenger hunt to collect 3 items. Those 3 items are the Staff of Rain, Stones of Sunlight, and Erdrick's Token. Now, to get the Staff of Rain, we must find the Silver Harp, then find the Trading Cave where an old man can give us that Staff of Rain. Then we have to find another cave that has a dude that we like to call the Jerk. And he's got a candy dish sits to his left. Maybe it's to his right, but I think it's to his left. And inside that candy dish is the Rainbow Drop. Now, he's not going to just dole that out for free. You have to have all 3 of those items. That Rainbow Drop is going to gain us access to Sharlock to take on the Dragon Lord. But again, we're early on. We haven't even seen the Big C yet.
No, we have not, but we do see another metal slime.
Oh, bad luck. I mean, we find a metal slime, but look at that strength. We are 2 above where we'd want to be. So instead of Chromaticalism likely getting a free 192 points, now they can run away from him.
Speaking of running away, doing some exploration to the south there, reaching a dead end.
Yeah, Chromaticalism doing some exploration to the south where we saw some drolls and those metal slimes. Now, the thing with metal slimes is, we have another town. It's in the desert. Can he get there? Oh, he is stopped by a Magidrake. I'm going to go ahead and try to take it down if he can. 10 to 13 HP.
Question chat. Yes, metal slimes are scaled XP to 32 XP times your level.
And it is capped at 255 when we reach level 8. Down goes the Magidrake. That's 12 more points. Of course, and it's a Wolf Lord. And he has to run. He makes it, and we find Breckenary. Well, you know what? It's better than nothing because now he can heal up.
He can heal up. He can grab some fairy waters to do some additional damage to those other enemies.
We'll purchase some chainmail. We also saw that there was a large shield for 800 gold. And yeah, we can get some fairy water that when you throw it does 9 to 16 damage. And gonna use the return spell to go back to the castle.
Yeah, go back here. Maybe he's thinking Swamp Cave now?
Very well could be. As Seawolf continues to do this grind here, he's at level 8 right now. Level 9, we are looking for 975 points. Looks like we did get a big boon. I did not see a level 8 on Seawolf's side, but it looks like we did get a big boon in HP.
HP and agility.
Yeah, we're already up to 52 agility, so that's not too bad.
No, it's helpful that they don't get back attacked by these enemies. They can run away a little bit easier. Chromaticalism going, yeah, oh, no, just, Oh, he's grabbing gold to go get the hand axe that way.
And that would make sense. Seawolf sees his first metal slime and well above the strength needed, it runs away immediately.
Oh, and thank you to the anonymous gifter who gifted a sub to Pennsylvania 171.
Oh, and there's that DL2 breath. Chromaticalism can't take down the Drakima. Back to start he goes.
No, loses half that gold. It's gonna go back, I imagine, open that chest up one more time and then run straight to...
Uh-oh! Magic Wyverns also have sleep.
Oh, that's tough. As long as they don't have the Dragon's Breath, that won't be too bad. And they are one-shottable with the Hurtmore guaranteed. So once they do have Hurtmore, it'll be a nice target for that still.
Certainly
Unlike the Green Dragons, which have sleep and are not guaranteed to be Hurtmore.
Seawolf sees the town, but he is stopped one step short also by a Magic Drakey, and no problem at all. He's able to one-shot. He'll find Breckenary.
No, this is not vanilla, but sometimes the randomizer tries. Wow! Baby Breath and Hurtmore.
Yeah, if you thought about trying to take down Metal Slime for 255 points, forget it now.
I think it's 139 AP you need to guarantee a one-shot Metal Slime, and I think that's what they're going to need.
Pretty much, because you're not surviving that fight.
And if you are surviving that fight, you're probably not looking for Metal Slimes, you're looking for Charlotte.
Absolutely. We have a Wraith Knight, and Seawolf's not able to escape from. Finally does on that attempt, but he's left now with just 8 HP, and he's going to try to go back to Breckenary to heal and regain those resources.
Chromaticalism going straight back to Breckenary, stopped by a Rogue Scorpion, back attacked, and is sent back to the king with half his gold.
Yeah, Zarnix pointing out in chat that not using the heal spell inside the swamp kind of hurting him there. He should use his resources. I mean, he's only on 50 HP. Might as well use the heal. I mean, you've got plenty of casts. 8.
Yeah, MP is not your detriment right now. What you need is to keep your HP high. Rogue Scorpions do a lot of damage. If you can't get away after the first attempt, there's a chance that it'll take you out with the second hit. Especially since they only have the chainmail right now.
Oh my goodness, and Seawolf getting ambushed by a Wraith Knight again, but this time he's able to escape, but only to run into a Rogue Scorpion, which he's able to escape from, so a break there. Now he's going down the east side in a much more swamp area.
There is a lot of swamp in this overworld. We didn't see a whole lot on the second continent, but this first one definitely seems full of it.
Of course, it's hard to say if we really do have a second continent. Oh, there's Charlock.
Yeah, I should say the other side of the swamp cave. It could be a single continent seed.
Yeah, too early to tell. Chromaticalism going to try to get back to Breckenary. Hopefully, he's got 1,325 golds. He'll have plenty of money to buy the hand axe, and he'll be right on the fringe of the large shield if he wants to do a little bit of gold grinding. And now Seawolf knows the bad news about the Hurtmore and is able to escape.
And Chromaticalism goes into that fight with 25 HP. Now, that's enough for a Magidrake, but if you get jumped by that Magiwyvern or the Wolf Lord...
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, he's able to escape, but again, and now there's a skeleton. Escapes from that too. He's in there.
Breathes a huge sigh of relief. Goes in. He's buying his hand axe. And like you said, just a little short. Go to the item shop, sell that cursed belt, go back, buy your sword, or shield. Sword shield starts with an S.
There's a Wolf Lord for Seawolf, and he's going to try to take it down. Let's take a look here. 28 to 37 for 52 experience points, certainly within Seawolf's range, and down it goes.
Chromaticalism's just trying to run away right now.
Yeah, I think he was looking for an enemy. Or maybe he's just going to skip. Now there's Charlock on his side, of course. Seawolf Sees a Droll's gonna go for it. Uh-oh, Chromaticalism. And they have Wombo Combo Light to the Magiwyverns, because they had Sleep too, remember?
Yes. Oh. And unfortunately, we see that green dragon. I'm not sure if he's seen the Wombo Combo yet. He's not going to, though, because he's getting sent back with a regular attack.
Yeah, that green dragon decided to just use Bite more on Chromaticalism, and back to start he goes. Meanwhile, a wolf on Seawolf's side will put him very close to level 9, 13 points to be exact.
Wolflord just outside of Breckenary still has the resources to take it out, so they'll get level 9 probably before they go in and heal up.
Now, I didn't see this on Seawolf's side, but evidently it looks like he did eventually equip that Dragon Scale, so he does have an additional 2 defense and points. There's level 9 now for Seawolf with 23 power, 5 speed, 9 HP, 19 MP, and we learned Stop Spell.
You know, Stop Spell's handy in some cases.
Like, well, let me see. Metal Slimes. They're somewhat resistant to the Stop Spell, so, I mean, if you really wanted to take a shot at it, you could cast it.
You could, but since they also have the Dragon's Breath, which ignores Stop Spell, or not the Dragon's Breath, the Baby Breath, which I believe was the green and red dragons in the vanilla game, as well as
right,
wyverns and stuff.
Correct. But in any event, it looks like that Seawolf did purchase a large shield, so that's a big defensive boost yet again for Seawolf, so he's making some good plays here. And there's a Metal Scorpion down for Chromaticalism. Currently, though, at level 6, he still needs another 65 points for the next level.
Now, one wolf away. Ooh. Sees the Hurtmore, decides to Stop Spell.
And it's a success. So he's going to try to take a shot. There's one. But it runs away. That Metal Slime's having none of it, Elmore.
None. Yeah, they're very likely to run away, and given how much they're worth, I think it makes sense for them. Is going to try and attack the Rogue Scorpion using that big strength boost at level 9.
Yeah, 30 to 40 HP would give him 70 points, and with the number of HP he's got, it's certainly a viable strategy.
Yeah, and with Breckenary right there, it may almost be worthwhile to pick up a few Fairy Waters, because that's going to do a little bit more damage than his swing is right now.
Meanwhile, Chromaticalism does get the nice power boost in level 7. Wraith Knight, Seawolf going to go for it. Wraith Knight's 30 to 40 HP, 72 XP to offer.
Absolutely, and I think it's an easy 3-shot right now, given his stats, and there you see it. Chromaticalism getting a little bit more exploration than we've seen thus far, but keeps getting stopped, it seems, every other step. Look at that.
Well, that is Desert Tiles for you, Elmore. I mean, that is the higher encounter rate of the different terrains in the overworld. It's just a nothing burger anyway, so Chromaticalism, go back.
Able to continue and sees another town. Decides to fight the Wolflord. I think it's a good idea. Get a little bit more XP before you go in there. You do have the spell of heal.
Oh, that's 2! Oh, but gets teased. Seawolf denied the 255. It's not a bad play, though. I mean, he used the Stop Spell, then the Metal Slime decided to waste a turn and use the Hurtmore, which ended up getting blocked, but look at this. AK-47's in the same zone. You know, I think Metal Slimes, let's just leave them lie, because AK-47s are going to, somehow was able to escape with that 57 agility.
That's great. Very not favored at all to run away from there. We saw Hawksness on Chromaticalism's side. I think he was looking forward to healing up in whatever town that was. Not going to do that in Hawksness, though.
No, certainly not. And Magiwyvern puts Chromaticalism to sleep and stays asleep. Can't wake up from it. Back to start he goes. So that's a rough death there for Chromaticalism. It'll end his exploration progress. Seawolf going to try to do the grinding here near Brecconary. I mean, this is a good enemy set to do so.
It really is, and that huge strength boost means that he's taking these Wolf Lords down with ease.
Yeah, Wolf Lords, I mean, they're good sources of points. Again, talking 52, Wraith Knights, 72 points. I mean, these are good enemies in this mid-stage.
And if he gets lucky, he could probably even two-shot a Wraith Knight at this point.
If he keeps running into these enemies, I'm sure Seawolf won't mind. He's going to get some big boosts. Next one's at 1,500 points. And Chromaticalism's going to try to escape that Swamp Cave now. Oh. And the very first step he takes is a Magic Wyvern, and he's not able to run.
Runs away, heals up. So once they get out and see the town of Cole, may get their hopes up, and then we'll get the bad news that there's nothing there for them. Excellent move on the Spectre. Not enough to kill it, but the next shot should be able to.
Yeah, that 25 could have, but it was a low probability, a 1 in 9 chance that it was going to have that 25 HP. But yeah, that's a big 47 points there for Chromaticalism. There's a wolf now.
Yeah, this Swamp Cave had such a great enemy set, and maybe that's another reason he could be in here.
Yeah, that 25 that Chromaticalism rolls is one below or one above the minimum, because when you get an excellent move, it rolls anywhere between 50 and 100% of your current attack power.
Yeah, and that's... feels bad. Oh, yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh.
This could be the end for Chromaticalism. He's able to awake, but can't escape.
Ooh, lots of hit points. I didn't see much else of level 10. And the spell of Hurt.
Oh, that's the jackpot right there for Seawolf. Got another decent HP boost, but more importantly, he now has Hurt More. And with 55 MP, he could use it as many as 11 times.
Just going to make those Wolf Lords a little bit faster. Magic Wyverns are on the table now.
Even Armor Knights are on the table.
Absolutely.
We saw one on Seawolf's side where he was trying to grind those metal slimes. Green Dragons are a plague, and they do have the Wombo combo. Another Kaishi Ichigeki for Seawolf. That's another 14 points.
Seawolf going straight north, and looks like he's going to head to the area that Chromaticalism just was in.
Right, yeah, now... Oh, there's Stone Man. Forget using Hurtmores on that enemy.
Oh, we do know that Hawksmith is this way, and with the Hurtmore spell, he has a decent chance of taking out whatever's there if it's susceptible to the Hurtmore.
Yeah, if it's a Green Dragon, even with the Wombo combo, I think you gotta take a chance there. But we do find a cave on Seawolf's side, and gonna save his spells, it looks like, and just try to take it down naturally. And two shots it, very nice.
Yeah, with this much HP, and especially with 57 defense, they might be damage breaking them right now. Sees another cave, let's see what it is.
It is the Trade-In Cave, but we do not know where the Silver Harp is, so we'll come back to it later.
I'm not sure. Yeah, we haven't seen any of our homework yet.
Nope, no homework, no armor, no sword, no fairy flute, no death necklace, no nothing. We are almost 44 minutes in. We have found none of those items.
No, I mean, keys right away is absolutely fantastic and definitely kicked the seed off into a start that it probably wouldn't have had otherwise.
Oh, I totally agree with you. And there's another metal slime for Seawolf. Gonna go for it. Stop spell does connect, and there's a wasted turn from the metal slime. There's one.
It's still here.
There's two.
It's still here.
Can he go 3 for 3? Bam!
Oh!
255 points for Seawolf. What a fight there. That's gonna put him 200 points away.
Incredibly close to level 11. And he still has 42 MP left over, so if he runs across Axe Knights or Armor Knights or... I don't know about the Green Dragons, but there's definitely some enemies out there he's looking for.
Yeah, Green Dragons, I mean, you have a fair chance to one-shot it. They have anywhere between 54 and 72 points. Your Hurtmore can do up to 65 HP of damage. Huh? Here's a test now for Seawolf. He's going to go for it. Oh, the rare 1 in 16 miss. Bad luck there for Seawolf. He may not survive this. He does run away.
He is able to run away still with only 59 agility. I think he's about a 30% to run away from them right now.
Yeah, that's, I mean, a decent chance, but in Charlotte, it feels more like 3% as opposed to 30%.
Yeah, having a 30% chance to run away just makes it feel that much more worse when you get run blocked 5 times in a row.
Certainly. We've seen that happen many times in Charlocks throughout this entire tournament. I don't care who the runner is. Another Wraith Knight down for Seawolf as Chromaticalism stays at Breckenary. That's level 11 for Seawolf, where we get 2 power, 2 speed, 25 more HP, and 7 MP. Look at that HP. We're at 131. We are in Death Necklace territory, and the way this attack power is slowly coming in, it very well could come in handy.
That it could. And it's definitely going to be in handy in this overworld search, as they're able to absorb a lot of damage before they get into this critical you have to heal territory. 78 attack power is not a lot, but if, say, there's a stone man in the Hawksness spike tile, you can take it out now. Well, you can probably take it out now. No, they don't have sleep.
Of course, don't forget, we don't have any of the big swords either. We don't have a flame sword. We don't have Erdrick's sword. Once we get those, we'll see a nice boost in that number.
That we will. And it looks like Chromaticalism is grinding in the same area Seawolf was just about 10 minutes ago.
The problem is he's about 1,600 experience points back and not really doing anything wrong. It's just that Seawolf, well, that is another swamp that has nothing. My word, this is quite the overworld tonight.
It is. Another metal slime. They are all over the place in this overworld.
This time he misses on the stop spell and he's going to get bursted by...
Oh!
This time it connects, and it is going to be a wasted turn, but Seawolf, if he gets breathed on, he's done. There's one.
Has he seen the breath yet?
No, it must be 25%. They're using Hurtmore quite a bit. It's at least 50, I gotta believe. 50 to 75.
It's gotta be 75.
Look at that, another Hurtmore, and it's still on the field, but he keeps missing, and he's out of luck.
Now, I believe the way it works, the second ability only triggers if they don't do the first ability, and then the percentage of the second ability still applies. So if it's 75% Hurtmore for their first ability, we won't see that Dragon's Breath very often.
Right, could we light up the Metal Slime? Let's see what their abilities happen to be tonight. There's a cave, and now that we have some torches, 75 heal, too! Oh my!
And maybe we saw something wrong in the earlier stages, because one of our excellent veteran runners telling us it can't have breath if it has Hurtmore.
Huh. Then what did I see? The metal slimes have? Well, I must have been thinking of something else.
It may have just been the Hurtmore the first time.
Ah, that heal will never trigger. Interesting.
Yeah, and the heal will never trigger because it will never get to below 75% health since it only has 3. Erdrick's Token, our first of our homework pieces. And something in chat, yeah, something, I'm not sure what's wrong with my mic. It started having trouble today. I'll troubleshoot a little bit later.
I must have been seeing things, because I could have swore we saw more than just Hurtmore from the metal slimes, but maybe my eyes are playing tricks. Who knows?
Second chest in Mountain Cave is an herb. So we've seen the first floor of Mountain Cave in the Swamp Cave, and it didn't have very difficult enemies. The second floor is going to be the same as the top floor of the Grave, and so far we've seen Drakies and Spectres. Is it going to be the same enemy set?
If that's the case, that's pretty good. There's gold, there's a torch.
And we are running out of things to not find. Some of these chests better have items in it that we're looking for, or else Ooh.
Chromaticalism just got the big power boost in level 9, as well as the stop spell. There's chest number 4. It's an herb.
Now, knowing what you know about the Flame Sword, do you Death Warp out of here?
Absolutely. I think in Seawolf's case, he should Death Warp, do the gold grind, and then he will get a nice boost in attack power. Chromaticalism, though, sees an Armor Knight. He's able to escape with his 57 agility.
Some amazing run luck from our runners.
Yeah, you're not accustomed to seeing that against AK-47s. There's a gold man, and Chromaticalism looks like it wants the 255 gold pieces it comes with it, and down it goes.
And Seawolf 1 is just walking out of Swamp Cave. Maybe he's valuing the exploration since he's camped so far already.
That could be. So, yep, that was all the chests there in a Mountain Cave. Not Swamp Cave, but Mountain Cave. And, I mean, we did find Erdish Token, but nothing else.
He's thinking about it. Oh.
Oh, he didn't use the stop spell.
He's only got 1 MP.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, tough to see.
Yeah, when you only have 1 MP, can't cast stop spell, that's a bad break there for Seawolf.
Yeah, preposterous running from an Arbor Knight.
There's
Who do our runners think they are?
I know, right? These runners are anything but Billy Hamilton. There's a Star Wyvern for Chromaticalism. He's able to escape. And then Wyverns, so they're all connected. You know, we see the Manager Wyverns, and then the 2 brothers come into play.
Seawolf 1 looking like they're going through the Swamp Cave. Good call. They've done a lot of exploration on the first continent, or what we know of on the first continent. Going to go outside the Swamp Cave. Town of Cole is there. We did see that other town earlier. At this point, since we've already seen Breckenary, it's either Garenham, Cantlin, or Ramaldor. All 3 of those towns will bring us something that we're looking for, either in the form of a chest, or in the other 2 towns' cases, something behind it.
Yeah, that's right.
Because if there's easy to find overworld search tile, could be something nice for our runners.
Alright, Seawolf does escape.
He immediately heads back up here. With the amount of hit points they have, we'll be able to run away from those green dragons if they...
Ooh, we see a werewolf now on Seawolf's side. Gonna go for the hurt more. 1 shot, 1 kill, 95 more points.
Did he forget where that town was? Oh, it's hard for... I don't think it's likely.
Alright,
We
there's
have a cave on
chance.
Chromaticalism side.
Now let's see if we can find out what is inside this cave. Could be the grave, could be the jerk, and...
Must be the grave.
There it is. It is the grave. Seawolf saving on the Hermor. He only used 1 Hermor, just decided to chop it down the rest of the way. He's left with 20 HP. I probably would have went for the double Hurtmore there. Because now he's going to use more magic to heal himself back up. I think this is the town that we saw that had the green dragon, what Seawolf was not able to get to. Let's see if he can get back here this time. He's going to go for the Wraith type, but it keeps dodging. And a Spectre goes down for Chromaticalism here. He's trying to get to those chests. Well, so far the enemies that we see here aren't really the worst things in the world, but Seawolf finally does take down the Wraith Knight for another 72 points. And he is low on resources. Thank God he's going to use that. That's a second Cursed Belt. There's a Death Necklace for Chromaticalism. So we now know that both of the remaining search tiles are in play. Guaranteed coordinates, and we are guaranteed something in the Spike Tile and Hawksness. And down goes the Armored Knight, another 172 points. That's the level for Seawolf, level 12 with 11 power, 1 speed, 1 HP, 10 MP.
So definitely getting closer to those go mode stats. Still missing the spell of Heal More, but here's Rimuldar. Going to go straight to the chest, see what's... Oh, it's going to stay at the end, then go straight to the chest and see what's there.
Yeah, not a bad idea there. Considering all the magic keys we've seen, I don't think we're going to see the 2 keys for 1, or 1 key for 2 special. Let's find out. Maybe, though. It's money.
I believe there's only 3 chests that have a key in it in a seed, and we've already seen all 3, 2 in the throne room and 1 in the treasury.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable how those keys stacked up this time around. We do have a silver shield on the table here.
Ooh, definitely. I think the gold grind might be a little bit more likely now that he sees that, especially with that flame sword.
Yeah, with both of them being in the same spot. Oh, we do have the armor pickup for Chromaticalism. Boy, the jackpot of items here in the grave for Chromaticalism.
Oh, that's huge find. Now, that's on the first continent, right? In a direction that
Yes.
Seawolf 1 did not explore.
Correct. Yes. That exploration, man, that poor slime knows not what it's doing here.
So, Chromaticalism continuing the deep grave dive. Don't blame him, and knowing what we know about Mountain Cave, there's likely something here. It could just be the Death Necklace or something, but oh, we're back at
Back to Cole. Back to Cole. Okay. Meanwhile, Chromaticalism very close to this final chest here, just a few steps away. Inside, the Stones of Sunlight. Man, this grave has everything. My goodness. We have the stones, we had the Death Necklace, we had the armor. My goodness gracious.
So what we know, though, is that there's 2 search tiles active, and we haven't seen the Silver Harp, so it's likely that's on one, and the other one could be Flute, or it could be Erdrick's Sword.
Yep, and I think a lot of people are hoping that sword is going to be somewhere in Charlock, but that remains to be seen.
Yeah, the sword in Charlock is not as tedious as the armor in Charlock, but it still spices things up. What it does do is allow our runners to do a one-in dive, since they won't spend as much heal more as going through those barrier tiles if it's the armor. And Chromaticalism takes the Death Warp, was that it?
Yeah, that looked like a Death Warp to me, because he has collected everything in the grave. The Werewolf's a good enemy to go for the Death Warp on, so that's what it looked like to me. Seawolf, though, gets DL2 Breathe on left with 1 HP and can't escape.
Oh.
And here it is, Chromaticalism with the gold grind.
Now, are they just going to grind at 9,800 for the Flame Sword, or are they going to go all the way and grind for the Silver Shield money? Because I don't believe they've seen a Silver Shield in a shop yet.
Chromaticalism does not know about the Silver Shield. Only Seawolf knows about the Silver Shield. So we'll see what happens here.
But with Erdrick's armor, their survivability is substantially higher than the Seawolf one. That deal 2 breath and regular breath doing less damage, hurt more doing less damage, heal walking. They may feel comfortable going all the way to 20,000, 25,000-ish that they need to get the Flame Sword and the Silver Shield.
Well, Chromaticalism has stopped, and it looks like 15,566 is the number.
Interesting. That's Silver Shield money. Maybe they don't intend to get that Flame Sword.
Maybe not. But again, Chromaticalism, again, has not seen the Silver Shield, so he's taking a chance.
Speaking of taking a chance, Seawolf 1 is going into Hawksmith and is going to see what's on this tile. If it's an Axe Knight or an Armor Knight, definitely able to take it down. If it's a Golem or a Stoneman, a little bit more difficult.
And then a Green Dragon, I mean, you could take it down, but you run the risk of not surviving the fight. But Seawolf runs into a Armored Knight going for the hurt more, and does get it in 1 chop, so is able to conserve on resources, and going to go ahead and heal up find out what is behind that spike.
I don't think you can find a green dragon, but reds and blues
No.
will both be quite dangerous right
Correct.
now.
Yeah, green dragons are out. Blue and red are the two that you could see. Golems and Stone Man, and there's an Armor Knight. That's great.
It's absolutely fantastic to find, because this means, A, you're going to kill it. B, you have a grind opportunity. You can get that 4125 experience to get level 13 and see what that brings you. As Chromaticalism finds coal for the first time. What was there?
Nothing. The Armor Knight. I didn't see the pickup there. It was the harp.
Harp, very nice. So it means the overworld search tile could have the flute, or it could have the sword.
Okay, I see what Chromaticalism was thinking. He, since this is the first time he'd seen Cole, went for Flame Sword and Silver Shield money in case he would see a Silver Shield here in Cole. So I guess he was committed. I'm going to buy the first thing that I see.
That could be it. Given the high agility thus far, the Silver Shield may not be necessary by the time they get to the go level.
There's Seawolf with another 172 points. This is a great grind spot. And I don't see anything nasty that these Armored Knights have. We don't see DL2 Breath. We don't see Hurt More or Sleep. We haven't seen any Heal More. So this is definitely a great play here. And this would get him level 13 as Chromaticalism just picked up his Hurt More spell here in level 10. But here comes level 13 now for Seawolf. Here come those digits. We've got 22 more power, 4 speed, 0 HP, and 22 MP. My goodness.
So, these are go stats.
Yeah, once we get a sword, remember, Seawolf only has an axe. He does not have Flame Sword or Erdrick Sword, so Death Necklace might now be off the table because our MP is a little low at the moment.
I think... So, once you have Erdrick's Sword, you have 136 attack power. With 11 heal mores, that's... As long as you can survive the dive down, you've got it, I think. Especially with the doubles you'll get at 132 HP.
Correct, you said 136, so that means you're talking 8 to 16, 12 is your average. If we were to put on the Death Necklace, we're looking at 146. So we're talking up to 23. 11 to 23, we're averaging 16 and a half, or excuse me, 17. I beg your pardon. 17 is what we would be averaging. Our HP would be down to about 99.
Yeah, I don't think Death Necklace is really necessary.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Look at that defense. That defense is pretty bad right now for Seawolf. I mean, even when he gets Erdrick's armor, I mean, look at Chromaticalism's side. And he's going to save Princess Gwaelin here in the Swamp Cave. Knowing what he knows about the two cursed belts, it definitely makes sense to me, even though we haven't seen Cantland.
No, Seawolf 1, what he needs right now is to find Grave, and he needs to find Cantland. I think he's expecting to grind to go stats before doing his homework, which I don't necessarily disagree with, but given the stats right now, the next level could be... Oh, wait, no, we still need Heal More. That's what I'm missing.
True. Yeah, we can't win the fight without Heal More. And listen, 3 levels up and we still have 5 spells unaccounted for. I would love to see the quintuple spell at level 16.
Highly unlikely, but definitely... I mean, it's possible.
One can hope. Down goes another Armored Knight for Chromaticalism, and that is the level 11 for him. Next level is 5625 for Seawolf. Sees the big HP boost. Yeah, so we have a Armored Knights on 2 tiles so far. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be the trifecta. It never is. It's going to be something else in Sharlock. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet, but I will tell you it's not going to be an Armored Knight.
We haven't seen red dragons or blue dragons yet, so could be one of those.
That's why I'm not calling it yet. I'm waiting for more of the seed to see what comes up. The first enemy that I don't see, so if red dragon or blue dragon comes up, whatever comes up, the other one I'll pick for the tile.
Alright, so we know the harp is on Hawksnest. We know that the token was in Mountain Cave?
Yes, that is correct. Token was in Mountain Cave, but the stones and the death necklace and the armor were all in the grave. And the enemies in both of those caves were not very threatening.
No, not at all. And Seawolf 1 definitely has the experience lead, the experience advantage right now. But if he doesn't go to the east and find Grave, this could take quite some time. Giving Chromaticalism the time he needs to catch back up.
Agreed. I mean, Chromaticalism definitely has the exploration advantage at the moment. But that can all change if, you know, Seawolf continues to grind and he makes the wrong pathing decision at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. The odds of Seawolf 1 finding Grave are probably about the same as Chromaticalism finding Mountain Cave.
Precisely. It could come down to who finds what first when, because again, we still have not found Caitlyn. We know that the coordinates are going to have something.
Like we know, the next time Seawolf 1 fights a Armored Knight, he will get level 14. Unfortunately, doesn't quite have enough resource to get there right now.
Yeah, that was the last of his Hurtmores that he could use there, so he pretty much utilized his resources to the fullest. Just needs 33 more points to get level 14.
We know there's wolves out here.
I wonder if... Yeah, Chromaticalism looks like he, too, is going for grinding here, and he's chosen the spike tile here in the Swamp Cave. Which, again, a viable play.
Absolutely. It makes the search when you finally do it that much easier. Question in chat, yes, chords are either the flute or the sword.
It's going to be the flute. I want that sword to be in Charlock. Seawolf going back to Hawksnest. Looks like he's going to continue his grind.
And remember, we haven't seen the free item cave yet, either the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight, so we still do have... We haven't seen Garenham either.
I know. Garenham... Well, if the process of elimination is correct, I do believe we're going to find the resident jerk in that Garenham treasury.
Or the free item cave.
Oh, true! We have not seen the freebie cave. By the way, look at the HP now after that big boon. He's at 162. I think Death Necklace is back in play again. Look at that number if he wants to go quick. Look at that number.
Just absolutely fantastic. Goes back into Swamp Cave. Is he just... Nah.
And by the way, yeah, level 14 is Gomo, because that also gave us the Heal More spell. So we basically have everything that we need in terms of the numbers. We just need to finish our homework.
Who knew that a seed that started this slow would have Heal More at level 14, along with everything else that they need?
That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, we also got the Hurt and the Sleep spell to go with that Heal More spell, leaving us with just Radiant and Outside. So, once Seawolf finds the stones, he's in grind and go mode. Well, he's in go mode because you really don't need to grind anymore.
He's in find and go mode because we still need to find the jerk.
Right. But we do have Garenham there for Seawolf.
There we go. Also, I believe Seawolf 1 has seen the staff trading cave yet. It was him who found it earlier, right?
I don't remember who found it. He might have been the first one to find it, but Seawolf is going to check the Garenham treasury. There's a torch. Fairy water, 9 to 16 damage it does. And the Fighter's Ring for an additional 2 attack power points.
139 attack power even without the Death Necklace. This is going to be... Once they find Urjek's sword, level 14 will have 139 attack power. Just absolutely incredible.
Which means we can do 9 to 19 damage to DL2. So we're averaging 14. Resources are good. Hey, I was right. Even though you said that the freebie cave was in play, I was right the first time. We got our jerk.
Nice. But we still need to find Caitlyn, probably. If anything, for the knowledge. They're going to want to find the search tile before they go into Charlock, unless the search coordinates are so far off that it...
Oh, that wasn't enough, and he gets double DL2 breath. Luckily, he has Erdrick's armor. He would have not survived if he didn't.
No, not at all.
And blue dragons have baby breath. We've seen that for the first time, and that's 190! So with that, give me a red dragon on the spike tile.
Yeah. Given where the stones are, Seawolf is definitely getting Erdrick's armor. Is this Caitlyn right here? No, that's from Mulder.
Yeah, he hadn't seen it.
No.
But he's gonna see that silver shield. Now that might make him think.
And since he hasn't seen the mountain cave yet, he definitely knows that there's a silver shield here, or he will know.
Ooh!
Seawolf 1 finds Caitlyn.
There is Caitlyn at the back of that continent. So he's gonna find the coordinates first. And there's a large shield, don't need it.
I think they're done buying armor at this point.
Right.
Maybe pick up a flame sword if they have enough gold handy, but he's not going to grind for it.
He's only got 1,588 golds to his name. I mean, he could buy a broadsword if he finds it.
Broadsword good for an additional 5 attack power.
So here come the coordinates. 30 north, 40 east.
That's countable.
That's countable depending on what we have there. So, I don't see a princess rescue on Seawolf's side.
Not at all.
That's the old tennis coordinates, 30, 40.
Huh.
So that'd be a break point for whoever the receiver would be in that game. 95 more points for Chromaticalism. Down goes the werewolf as Seawolf uses the return spell, so he's back to the castle.
And going back here, is he buying more keys? Is he going to the other continent again?
Probably back to the other continent, I would imagine, and buy keys.
Unfortunately, he doesn't realize that the grave is on the main continent. In fact, if you go in the direction of the search coordinates, that kind of brings you there.
Oh, there's an ambush there from a green dragon, but still going to go for the hurt more. Not likely to do a one-shot, but no DL2 breath, so that's a break. Oh, but the dodge! And they've...
Oh.
And then following it up with a Kaishi Ichigeki to take down the green dragon. Man, what a weird fight that was.
These green dragons do not mess around.
And there's the one-shot. Got the max roll.
Seawolf 1 doing the princess save, it looks like. So he may think it's faster to save the princess than it is to count it out.
Certainly. Now, Chromaticalism has found Hawk's Nest, and he's probably going to go ahead. He'll see that Armor Knight, and he'll be able to get his harp.
Get his harp and probably another level, since he's only 2 Armor Knights away from level 13.
So both of these runners are missing one cave that they need, but Seawolf, more importantly, knows the coordinates because he's the only one that's found Caitlyn. There's the silver harp for Chromaticalism.
It is, as he finds another Armor Knight on the spike tile, gonna take it out. Easier just to kill it than try to run away from these things.
Yeah, because we don't have the outside spell, we can't just go ahead and go back to the castle anyways.
So, even though the agility is up in the 70s right now, I think this means they only have 76 defense once they get Erdrick's armor, which, that's pretty low.
That means they are punching for up to 51, I believe.
51, and also not running away from very many things in Charlock, not damage
Actually,
breaking
nothing at all, because we have to have at least 80 for something. That something would be wizards.
Coordinates can be either flute or sword.
Yep, it's one or the other. Now that Seawolf has rescued Gwaelin, I would imagine he's going to be en route to try. Of course, for what he knows, he may be looking for the stones too.
Stones, armor. What else?
Death necklace.
Yeah, which is all engraved.
That's what he has not found. So again, both runners are missing a key cave at the moment. Oh, Stone Man have DL2 breath too.
And that's an unfortunate one to find with a DL2 breath, because they can be tough to run away from sometimes. I think Sleep came at, what, level 14 as well as Heal More?
Yes, sleep, heal, or sleep, hurt, and heal more. Chromaticalism is back to Cole. Seawolf finds a green wolf, is able to escape. Let's take a look at how close he is. 10 more steps to the east. Seawolf gonna go for the hurt more on this Star Wyvern. And that was enough! One shot, one kill. Oh, but there's a Stone Man. He escapes. Let's see if he's on the right step. 2 more.
Right next to the mountain.
Up against the mountain. And we find the fairy flute. Yeah! You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen?
That means it might be in the free cave.
Oh, God. I sure hope not. Oh, but it is a possibility. I think we could still play the pyramid game if we never find the freebie cave. But we'll wait until we get to Charlock first. But I think there's a high probability that the pyramid game's on the table.
I do too. 1 in 8 chance of it being not in Charlock. Not the odds I like.
Yeah, not the odds I like either. I want it to be a 0% chance that it's in freebie cave. Oh, but look at this. Chromaticalism, I do believe, has... Yes, indeed, he has found the cave he needed to find. He has all of his homework, but again, he has not found Garenham nor Cantland. But if he goes to the other continent, does enough exploration, he'll find it eventually. As Seawolf trades in his harp to get the Staff of Rain.
He does, and I don't think Chromaticalism has seen the Staff Trading Cave yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure he has either, but if he hasn't, then he could be in trouble.
Straight to the east, I believe, is where the grave was. I know it's along the eastern edge of the map.
I wouldn't say being 4,500 golds away is almost Silver Shield money. That's still a lot of enemies. There's a knight. We have seen that on Chromaticalism's side. 78 more points for Seawolf. Next level, by the way, is at 7,500. We may see level 15 simply by default on Seawolf's side.
And there it is right there. That's the grave.
Yeah, Seawolf right now, to me, is in a great spot at the moment. Hey! He's going to search at the Sparkle Bridge tile just to show off the memes.
Definitely still going to validate the seed, even though he knew it was unnecessary. So we know that 14 is your go level. So even though Seawolf is doing some additional grinding, it's not necessary.
Now Seawolf has found the cave. The only problem is his resources are quite limited here, so he's going to have to get lucky. Again, we've seen what's been in this cave. Seawolf has a good chance of surviving this, but still, he's gonna need some luck. There's the Death Necklace, and there's the torch.
And we know that the next 2 items, spoiler alert, will be Erdrick's armor and the Stones of Sunlight. He doesn't, though. Seeing how we're an hour and 18 minutes in the seed when he finds him, he may feel a little behind.
I'll tell you what, though, Chromaticalism right now is starting to close in on the expiration. Now he's found Garenham.
Yeah, he's only 700 and change experience points away from level 14, and he's found Garenham. He's going to find the Jerk Cave. Unfortunately, he still needs to do some searching for that Staff Trading Cave, but once he finds it, he knows exactly where to go.
Right, exactly. Okay, so if he keeps exploring, provided he does not take an unfortunate death, he's going to eventually stumble upon Cantland.
Good comment in chat from Schmike. who has noted that if he takes a Death Warp out of here, he can get the grind for the Flame Sword and Silver Shield, where he knows where those are.
Chromaticalism puts on his fighter's ring, so he's got the bonus 2 attack power points. He's about to talk to the Jerk until he realized, wait a minute, I don't have the staff.
Yeah, he wouldn't be kicked out, but he definitely wouldn't be given the Rainbow Drop. Probably reach into the other candy dish and find a Werther's Original or something.
Oh, touche! That was a good one, Elmore. Very good one. And Chromaticalism, he sees his first blue dragons. Again, they've got the baby breath, but doesn't look like anything else. And that's 180 points for him, so that's going to put him with about 1,700. However, Seawolf has just finished the grave. He's now got his stones. He's got his Erdrick's armor. He's in really good shape right now.
He's in amazing shape right now. He knows where Garenham is. He doesn't know where the Free Cave is, but given the exploration luck that they've had, he may just go straight into Charlock and take his chances there.
Chromaticalism also finding Kalen. He's going to see those coordinates. So right now, he is only looking for the trading cave. We don't even know where the freebie cave is, but that is what he's looking for right now.
Ooh, immediately casts the return to start his search.
You certainly can't fault him.
Not at all. So, funny enough, level 14 doesn't have the outside spell, so I can't tell if he's just trying for the Death Warp or if he's... I mean, it's either Walkout or Death Warp.
Yeah, the problem is there's not really much to Death Warp on except those metal slimes, which he tried to do a little bit earlier, and because they are so evasive and they run away a lot, didn't really do much. So I think at this point he's just going to have to walk out.
Werewolf would have done it if he hadn't swung at it, so it looks like he is just going to walk on out of here.
Right. Well, there's a Demon Knight. I don't think we've seen many of these. Oh, they have Hurtmore.
They do. Notoriously difficult to hit with a Hurtmore and have one of their own in this seed. They also have a high dodge rate, so...
Correct. But no problem there for Chromaticalism. By the way, Erdrick's armor definitely helping them out because, you know, it's great defense. It's pretty much the most broken armor that you'll see in many video games. We do a heal walk of 1 HP per step. There is reduced damage by 1/3 on the Hurtmore and the Dragon Breaths. We also are completely resistant to the stop spell, and we no longer take any damage on both the Swamp Tiles or those Electrified Trap Tiles that do 15 HP of damage.
And we have a raid from Value V. Welcome, Raiders, to this great match. Value V playing some Dragon Warrior 4 earlier. Going for that speed run.
And Seawolf escapes. So now with everything in tow, he can go ahead. And meanwhile, Chromaticalism, he too has found the trading cave. So now he'll get his Staff of Rain. So both of these players are en route to Garenham, I would imagine, now.
Absolutely. They both know where it is. And Chromaticalism is only a couple hundred experience points away from the next level. So even though he's got a...
Our first appearance of the Fun Police. Well, now I have to change my guess. Well, you know what, Ebony, we still haven't seen, unless I've missed it, Golem. So now I'm changing my guess to Golem. Final answer.
Red Dragons with Hurt.
Oh, you love to see that. Yes. Yeah, you love to see Red Dragons with Nuzzle, as I like to call it, when they have the Hurt spell. That's the level up, level 14. So now Chromaticalism is also in go mode once he's able to get his Rainbow Drop. Well, we see the Goldman have Hurtmore.
Didn't see that earlier when Chromaticalism took his out.
No, that's true. I think he was ambushed or he missed a run there. One or the other, we do see what nastiness they've got.
Oh,
there's the freebie cave, the first appearance of that, and it's fairy water. Guaranteed now we can play the pyramid game, ladies and gentlemen. All right, 25,000 gold at stake. Tell me, where do you think Erdrick's sword is? Bottom row is 50, 100, 150. Middle row is 200 and 250. Top of the pyramid is 300. Or is it behind the judges' table? Make your predictions.
I go 250 always. I just chose it one time, and I'm just going to stick with it from now on.
Right, you know what? I'm going to go for the top of the pyramid. Give me the 300.
So Seawolf getting some fairy water. I'm not sure if he's going to repel much on the way down.
He may be using them for DL, the Dragon Lord.
With 139 AP?
Well, who knows? I'm a little baffled at this myself, but, well, like I said, who knows?
As we see a red dragon on Seawolf one side, deciding to just swing on it to take it down instead of trying to run, which, given their agility, kind of makes sense.
And considering that they also have hurt, yeah, it's a great idea. Unless they have, like, something on the back end, you know, like heal more, this is absolutely the thing to do when you see a red dragon.
Seawolf 1 getting very close to level 15, and even though they're in go mode stats right now, it could be that level 15 brings us additional high strength or agility to help them get down there in the Charlock Dive, as Chromaticalism is the first back to Garenham, checks to make sure he's full up on herbs, and is going to go straight in to turn in at the Jerk Cave.
I'm going to tell you right now, I think with that, Chromaticalism is now taking the lead.
He's absolutely in the lead. He's in his go stats. He has the Flame Sword also, which means that he can swing on the way down a little bit easier if he wants to. Although, I think running away is probably just going to be your best bet. With that much HP, heal walking off the difference after your encounters is very likely. So this could be a one and dive.
Oh, absolutely. I think Chromaticalism is in great position. Even if the sword is in Judge's table, he may just put on that death necklace and do it that way, and, you know, he'd be in great shape. Because even if he puts on the death necklace, by the way, you get 10 additional attack power at the cost of 25% of your max HP, you're still going to be sitting on about 121 HP, and you're still going to have a decent chance for doubles. But here is the kicker. The thing that could really stop, by the way, a defensive boost, we got 4 more defensive points, 5 more HP, just 1 more strength. But now they can punch us for 50. Silver Shield would have been nice, but it's not in play. Not even for Chromaticalism.
The additional MP as well from level 15 makes the one and done substantially more likely.
14. Yeah, that's the thing that could really give Seawolf a chance. He's got 14 Healmores to Chromaticalism's 12. But here comes Chromaticalism making the dive. This is absolutely the correct play. He knows who he's going up against. He's got to make this play. Seeing this green dragon's not going to help. But, yeah, and now, oh boy.
Oh, this is not what he wants to see right away. Green dragons, we know, have a wombo combo.
Wow, and it is not letting him up. Oh, what a nasty, inauspicious start for Chromaticalism. There's a goal, our first one. Well, now it's anybody's. Have we seen Axe Knights at all?
We have not seen Axe Knight.
All right,
no.
I'm going to switch my guess again. Give me an Axe Knight on the spike tile.
I'm going to go with Armor Knight just because I have a history of rolling.
You want to see the trifecta. Every time I go for the trifecta, it doesn't come through, so Axe Knight.
Now, earlier in the tournament, I rolled a seed with 3 red dragons, so 3 armor knights definitely is a possibility.
Oh,
and
look at this.
Seawolf 1, not far behind.
Yeah, and he's 1 floor back. This could come down to Charluck, as we like to call it in this community.
It could, Charluck, as well as if Seawolf 1 goes straight to Judge's table, and instead of going straight down to the bottom and it's at Judge's table, or vice versa, if Chromaticalism does the same, there's still, it's anyone's race right now. The extra MP that Seawolf 1 has, in addition to the extra defense.
There's a Star Wyvern able to escape. Seawolf, well, I was going to say, he had a pretty good first floor, but then runs into a red golem, but luckily it lets him escape. Yeah, this is anybody's game right now. Oh, hold on to your seats, folks.
So they are on the same floor, or has Chromaticalism gone to the diamond floor yet?
Oh, I think he's in the diamond. He escapes from the armor knight. Oh, that could have been disastrous there. Oh, another armor knight, but this time he's not so lucky. And here comes the Charluck. That 72 agility is just a number. Finally manages to escape, but lost a lot of HP. Has to use one of his herbs.
So Seawolf 1 going down to the diamond floor as Chromaticalism leads it, so they are 1 floor apart still.
Wow, this is very, very close. Chromaticalism must know his way around Charlock because he does not have a torch, and of course we don't have Radiant. That's another thing that's kind of shocking. No Radiant to help us out, and they're both 16, Radiant and outside. Can you believe that? Oh, and there's that AK-47 trolling Chromaticalism again. There's an Axe Knight. Well, I give up then. We've seen everything.
Oh, that 1 floor lead just vanishes. Gonna have to use a heal more because just could not get away from the Arbor Knight. And there we go. Seawolf 1 going straight down to the bottom of Charlock. Gonna skip Judges.
And again, just cannot run away. Finally, the Armor Knight lets him go, but Seawolf now has retaken the lead. Just the Charlock right now favoring Seawolf.
Oh, and Chromaticalism entering the U-shaped room as Seawolf 1 is about to exit. Oh, it's so close.
Yeah, Seawolf right now is in the driver's seat. Just the Charluck went his way and not Chromaticalism's way. You just hate to see it. It's not over yet, but right now, Seawolf has retaken the lead. He's in the driver's seat.
And he is swinging down that red dragon. Great call. You could spend here, a minute trying to run away from it and have to use a heal more.
Right.
Or just do this.
I'll tell you what, though. Well, never mind. This red dragon just neutralized any shot that Chromaticalism might have had as we're about to enter the pyramid here. $250 chest has a dragon scale. The $200 chest is money. Top of the pyramid for the $300 chest is more money. $50 chest is the sword. So if you said the first box, the $50 chest, you win.
Oh, and this red dragon is just... he's able to get away, but he's still a couple of searches behind. But who knows what's on that spike tile? It could be a hard enemy.
Oh, absolutely. It's just Charluck. I mean, that is the nature of this. And another red dragon for Seawolf. I mean, if Chromaticalism gets lucky and doesn't see any more red dragons, he could still bring this back. He finds the sword.
Continuing to search. I'm not sure what for, but...
maybe probably another herb or something.
Wisely decides to start swinging on these red dragons.
Yeah, and man, these encounters, this is a ridiculous encounter rate here in Charlock. I mean, I get our defense isn't that great, but my word, it's like every tile, bam, 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 etc., etc.
Oh, and there's blue dragons on this floor as well. First time we've seen them in this zone.
Yep. All the dragons here. That's 255 more points for Seawolf.
And runs right into another one.
This is absolutely ridiculous, Elmore. And Chromaticalism, well, that's a Star Wyvern. I mean, this is not over yet. Again, we have only scratched the surface, and, you know, we are still not even at the Spike Talon. Who knows what's there?
No.
We're dead even now! And Chromaticalism's just past him! And he cannot run away from this blue dragon. Chromaticalism can't run away from a Star Wyvern.
Oh, we have a green dragon. Oh, he's able to get away.
Wow. And a red dragon for Seawolf. And an X-Knight, excuse me, for Chromaticalism is able to escape. What's behind that tower we've got? It's a red dragon. Well, I was right the second on this. Wait a minute. I was right the first time. See, first instincts, ladies and gentlemen. Always go with your first instinct with the red dragon.
Yeah, plenty of MP for a Healmore. Gonna go ahead and use it. Ooh.
Wow. So, now, I would imagine Chromaticalism is probably going to put on the Death Necklace. So, Chromaticalism back in the lead. This is anybody's game going into the fight. Here we go. Oh my goodness, we might have simultaneous...
Oh, back attack is not what he wants to see, but luckily he's got a lot of HP. Gonna put the Death Necklace on.
You have to, in this case, and just hope for stop spells at this point. And instead he gets Hurt Mores, because that's what Dragon Lord does best. And there's another Hurt More. Gets another attack off. There's stop spell hype. And here we go. So Chromaticalism is going to be the first one to DL2. We're going to have simultaneous DL2s. He needs the first strike. He does get the first strike. Could get a double. Starts with 13. Oh, the max roll, and he has to use Healmore. What bad luck.
Ooh, I still think there's a distinct possibility this is going to be over right here, but that definitely made it a little bit less likely.
36. That's 3 max rolls, by the way, in a row on that breath. 49. Now Seawolf's in the fight.
Another 48. Oh my
wow.
goodness.
71. Getting some good rolls, though. Starts with a 15. 27. So it's 71 to 27. 85 to 27. 85 to 42. 99 to 42. 99 to 65. 116 to 65. 116 to 85. 134 to 85. 108, excuse me. 138 to 85. 105. Now I've lost track. We're really, really close, though. 151. Chromaticalism is really, really close. Seawolf is really, really close.
Barring a miss menu, both of our owners will finish here, and Chromaticalism may finish just a little bit ahead, and he does.
Wow, and there you go. Chromaticalism is going to snipe Seawolf in a photo finish to take it and move on to the quarterfinals. Seawolf right behind. Oh, was that so close?
I think both feeds started right about the same time, so we should... Oh, there it is. Chromaticalism has finished with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 20 seconds. Oh, and Seawolf is right behind him. 10 seconds between our two runners.
Unbelievable. It came down to Sharlock. Seawolf had it early, but Chromaticalism got it where it counted most at the end, where he was not getting those red dragon encounters. It came down to that final floor, and Chromaticalism, what a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race.
All right, I think runners are going to be joining us in a second for some interviews. In the meantime, oh my goodness.
Wow.
Such a varied exploration. They both found the different caves earlier. Each one looking for something different. In the end, only 10 seconds separates the both of them.
10 seconds. That's one of the closest races we have had in tournament history.
I think it's the closest so far. The EMP NESCARD race was about 12 seconds, if I remember.
Right. I don't think it's the closest race, but it's amongst the closest race ever.
All right, I'm going to get some music going. If you start the interviews with Seawolf1, who's joining us right now.
Well, I can't send him in. There we go. We have Seawolf here in the commentator's booth with us. Wow. What a race between you two. Virtually, you had the experience point lead on Chromaticalism, but Chromaticalism had the exploration advantage by just a little bit. He got to Charlock first, but then ran into some problems in the early floors. You took the lead going into the bottom floor, but then you were hit with Red Dragons after Red Dragons. Then Chromaticalism slipped past you, and it was a photo finish, and Chromaticalism just snuck in.
Yeah, very good. Just yeah, the bottom floor was just all dragons. I knew running was going to be dicey, and I killed them. But I was rolling like 24, 24, 24. I could do like 50 damage to them, but I was rolling nothing but 24s. So just slot through like 10 dragons on the bottom floor. Just how it went down. So yeah, no, good work.
I mean, my word, 10 seconds is the difference. Just unbelievable. One of the closest races we have had in tournament history. That Charlock was nuts, though. Back and forth, you two went. We call it Charluck for a reason. Chromaticalism, you got the Charluck, though, when it mattered most, and that was at the end.
Yeah, definitely very lucky on some of those things. There was one Red Dragon fight that I was really worried was going to put me in a position where I wouldn't have any magic left. I think it was 8 or 9 failed runs or something.
Yeah, you really got trolled by an Armored Knight in the middle floors there. You had to burn one of your heal mores. It ended up being inconsequential in terms of resources. But yeah, you had about 8 or 9 failed runs in a row. Next level, by the way, would have given you another 8 agility, and you probably still would have failed 9 in a row because agility is just a number, and, you know, Armored Knights do as they please. But after that Armored Knight, things went more smoothly for you, and especially, again, that bottom floor. I think you only encountered, maybe a couple of Red Dragons, but where Seawolf, he was finding them left and right.
Yeah,
it really was one, I think. Like,
you got one. I found about 9.
Maybe 2.
You definitely had 9 in a row, and I was going to try running because I was like, I'm strong enough. They can't really hurt me. I'm just going to swing through them because I don't want to do the 9 runs like you had. And I had full resources, and nothing could stop me. Just it was time. I was not in danger. It was just a matter of I knew if I ran away, I'd be wasting time. I'd probably waste more time running than I would just do my 3 swings. And the swings could have been great. I was hitting them for like 20 damage, 25, 26. I was getting these low range rolls in my swings. So the dragons were just taking 4 or 5 rounds of combat, which should have been 2 or 3, or 3 or 4, I should say.
As cool as the photo finish is, I'm really curious how the beginning of the game set the stage for everything else.
I went to the Swamp Cave first try and found coal. I bought the chainmail there.
Yeah, you found coal well before Chromaticalism did, Seawolf. So you were able to get that boost early on.
Yeah, the chainmail was nice, but it didn't really do much. In hindsight, I probably should have went back and sold those belts I had and bought a hand axe. I would have done more work.
And you actually did do that a little bit later on. A gold grind was available to you, but it was kind of a tough setup to do because Chromaticalism, you did set up the gold grind, and you went with the first thing that I see. I'm going to spend my gold on, whether it be the flame sword or the silver shield. In your case, you saw the flame sword first, so you spent it on that. Ended up being a silver shield in Rimuldar, but I didn't need it.
Yeah, I'm really glad I grabbed the flame sword. I feel like that made a huge difference for me in the seed when I did start picking up some pace and grinding and having to fight through some of those unrunnable battles.
Yeah, I basically had hand axe the whole way through. So I got the hand axe pretty early on. I guess I got to level 6 or 7. Went back to the cave with the gold I had and got the hand axe, and then just held that until I found the sword at the very end of the game.
Was there even a broadsword in this?
Yeah.
There was.
Broadsword was in I saw it before.
Breckenry.
Breckenry had a broadsword. Yeah.
By the time I sold a cursed belt, I could have ended up with that, but totally forgot that was an option.
Yeah, with the hand axe too. But yeah, by the time I got the strength is so ridiculous, I was getting like 20 strength per level. I'm like, okay, well, I have a hand axe. Who cares? Like, it's a hand axe being carried around by Conan the Barbarian, so that's fine. It works just well.
Well, just unbelievable to you two tonight. I mean, back and forth you guys went. Sharlock definitely being the great equalizer in this case because it was anybody's guess because you guys were pretty much neck and neck. Again, Chromaticalism was the first one there. You had about a floor, maybe 2-floor lead at the start. The early encounter set you back. The late encounter set Seawolf back. And again, it's one of the things I always like to say. It's not how it starts, it's how it finishes. And Chromaticalism, you finished off that Sharlock dive very strong. Luck was on your side, and you had enough resources to take down the Dragon. 164 HP, by the way, just FYI if you're curious.
Yeah, I did start counting recently. Just I've seen enough of these close finishes. Aaron was telling me he had a 1-second finish in a casual race sometime in the last 24 hours.
Wow.
It's every second counts. So I have started counting those Dragon Lord HP at the end. I may have been able to do a one more swing without casting heal more, but I don't know the math quite well enough yet to be really confident in it. It is cool though, the counting the HP to save just a little time at the end.
That's all good. The HP count is smart. I had to go through 5 chests and treasure to find the sword. If I started on the bottom, I would have found it faster. If I did my normal thing was go to the corner and do it at first, I would have had it instantly. That's 20 seconds right there. So a lot of little things can just happen in a race. Any failed run, any kind of kill, any oddball thing I did. Like when you win or lose a race by that much time, it's something really arbitrarily dumb that happened to you somewhere along the line that made it better or worse for you. So you can't complain too much.
Few bumps on a cave wall and a menu.
And that was another thing. You did not have the luxury of the Radiant spell. It happened to be in level 16 as well as the outside spell.
Which is I probably spent more time trying to climb that grave with all those stupid encounters. I had 3 MP left. I wanted to hold it for Repel in the overworld, and I was getting slime down in the Garen's grave, so I couldn't run out there either.
Yep.
So yeah, any of those things would have been, if I had another fairy water in my pocket, or I tried buying fairy water and my inventory was full, so I couldn't afford it. I couldn't put it in my inventory.
Yeah, that was another thing that helped. That was another thing that helped you both, is that both the grave and the mountain cave had a very, very tame enemy set, which is something you just don't see every day in these randomizers.
Yeah, definitely. I went to mountain cave with 40 HP and an herb, and just if I get there, I get there. And I found everything without a problem. And again, same deal. I had 5 MP total going down to Garen's grave. I'm like, well, I'm here and I'm strong, so whatever. Who cares? Just made it down the bottom without. Yeah, it was all slimes, drakies. It was real tame stuff.
Event to GG. What an exciting race between you two. I'm sure you'll look forward to watching it back. But Chromaticalism, you are moving on to the quarterfinals to face off against Sashid's Link in the final round. You are still also the highest numbered seed left in the tournament. Nimbamba was the number 27th seed. So you've definitely made quite a run. So what are you going to have to do to have a shot against the number 4 seed Sashid's Link, you think?
That's a good question. This is a rematch for me in the tournament. He was in one of my what do you call that stage? one of the early rounds.
The Swiss rounds.
Yeah. So that was a reasonably close race within a few minutes.
Yeah, a few minutes. I mean, just gotta have a couple things go your way and get those few minutes back. And you know what? At this stage of the game, there are no gimmies. I mean, you look at the matchups that are in the quarterfinals, and now again, remember, now that you've made it to the quarterfinals, it's best of 3. So it's gonna take 2 wins to make it to the semifinals.
I was not aware of that, but I actually like that. I think as a format, you feel a little better about the odd loss here and there. You lose twice, you probably deserve to be out, So at least the odds are a little better that it's not just a one-off, Like I could play really, really well against Sausage Link and grab a win, I think. Much harder to grab 2. I'll feel pretty lucky if that's the position I'm in.
We'll see what happens. And unfortunately, Seawolf, it is the end of the tournament for you here. I mean, played exceptionally well throughout. Just very, very bad luck at the end there.
No problems with that. And again, the race I had last week too, I won by Charlock luck. I had a better dive than my opponent, and I snuck past, and they were getting hung up with them. So this is how it works on Charlock. But no, I get to do No, not out. I get to do more commentary. So
That's one good positive way to look at it. So
I'm not gone yet.
maybe we will partner up again in a future race this season.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. And now the next races, we're having the 2 out of 3, so we actually have more races
right.
next week than this week. So
Absolutely.
by all means.
All right, please make sure you give both of our runners, Chromaticalism and the Seawolf 1, a follow. Tremendous job, a very close race between them both. Elmore, do you have any questions for our runners?
No, just thanks for the amazing race and the close finish. Just another one of the incredible races we've seen thus far during this bracket stage. And to anyone who hasn't seen the earlier race between Asmati Games and Betastrap, highly recommend that you go check it out. It was an excellent race as well.
That's the beauty about this tournament so far, Elmo or St. James. We're now into the quarterfinals. This is the last of a round of 16 matchups. And we have just seen so many exciting, thrilling finishes and close matches. I mean, it's only going to get tougher from here on out.
And I know that as we get later on in the tournament bracket stage, we're going to best of 3 next round. We're going to have some interesting flag sets, I think. So keep an eye out on the schedule. And if you haven't joined the Discord, we post our restreams daily for what's going on. And if you want to join the community, that's the place to come and find out a little bit more about it.
No question about it. So with that is going to wrap up our coverage tonight. But before we say goodbye, I do want to point out that Tuesday is when our quarterfinal matchups begin. We have 3 game ones lined up. In fact, we have 2 of them at the same time. 9 p.m. Eastern, we have game 1 of Asmati Games versus Smashy, and game 1 of Tilo Tilo versus Dimbanva. Then at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Yes, you saw that correctly on the screen, and you heard me correctly. Angel FM versus Brian Williams 42. That one guaranteed some fireworks there for sure. In fact, all 3 matchups, the way this tournament's been going, I expect them all to be close.
I do too. A large number of upsets and just a high quality play throughout.
All right, so with that is going to draw tonight's stream to a close. So again, on behalf of our 2 runners, Chromaticalism and the Seawolf 1, for our tracker, Camion Reno Kai, for our restreamer and my commentator partner, Elmore St. James, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and we will see you again on Tuesday for the start of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer 2021 quarterfinals. So long, everybody.